This is officially the weirdest thing I've ever done at a theme park.
Fall in New England. I've been up here in New Hampshire for a couple of days now, enjoying the leaves, the rivers, the old rock walls and covered bridges, the apple cider, the architecture. Heck, I've even been enjoying the weather. This is the first cold day I've had, and I can't remember how long. But you know what? I've enjoyed most of these things last fall out here in New England, including that very same covered bridge we were just on. What I've never done out here in New England is do what I do at home. Go to a theme park. So we're heading up north a little way to see New Hampshire's cutest little old school theme park, Storyland, where fantasy lives. Dude, there are few things I like better than an old school fantasy storybook style theme park. And it's sort of perfect timing because we're here on the last operating day of the season. Look at this place, it's already adorable. And we're not even inside yet. Oh, I see what's going on here. Look. The entrance is the Crooked Man's house. They've even got the Crooked Mouse and the Crooked Cat up on the roof. Wow, look at this. We've just stepped inside the park, and look how many people are here. It's a very popular choice today. I'm excited about this for a number of reasons. For one thing, I love classic storybook-style theme parks. They're just a great piece of mid-20th century Americana, a time that will never come again. I love that they're built on the presumption that you read to your kids, and they know these classic stories and fairy tales. And I especially love it when there's a good history behind a park like this, which of course there is. Look at this Storyland town hall where you get your driver's license. Look at this couple over here riding in their old jalopy. That must be Old Man Jenkins. Look at, there's a little animatronic singing farm stand over here.
Everybody clap your hands and sing along.
And I can already see there are so many cute little rides in this place. We were really hoping to come to Storyland last year, but it didn't work out for one reason or another. And let me tell you what, I was pretty bummed not to get to come and ride the little miniature train or visit Yum Yum Junction, because not only is this place cute and quirky and fun looking in its own right, but the history is fantastic. Storyland out here actually opened up in 1954, a year before Disneyland, after the founders Bob and Ruth Morrell took a trip to Germany, bought a couple of cute little storybook dolls, and the lady they bought them from suggested they build a little town around them. Now when they opened up Storyland, which was originally called Story Town, by the way, it wasn't anything like this. They only had one attraction at first, this antique fire truck known as Freddie, and they would just put people on it. It wasn't on a track or anything, and just drive around in a loop. Now that may not sound like enough to start a theme park on, but apparently the kids loved it, because not only is Storyland still here, but Freddie the Fire Truck is still here as well. As a matter of fact, Freddie was missing for years. He was in storage, and it was only in 2021 that they restored him and put him on display, along with this other early ride vehicle, as sort of a memorial, a little piece of nostalgia for all the people that grew up with Storyland. Oh, right on. There's Bob and Ruth Morrell right there. Look at that. What do you think so far, Allie?
It's really cute.
It's cute, right? Look at this. It is absolutely adorable. And I love that we're having the first sunshine that we've had in a couple of days. The rain has stopped for a little bit here. And look at those slow-moving little antique cars. This place is adorable. Oh, I didn't even notice the bear sitting up in that tree. Now, the story I just told you, that little bit of history, that's about the extent of my knowledge. I'm sort of familiar with the very basic story of how Storyland got started. I know it remained in the family and was run by Bob and Ruth's son, Stoney, for many years, and then was eventually sold to the same people that own Kennywood. Oh, look at that. If you would make children good, make them happy. But otherwise, I've sort of accidentally remained pretty spoiler-free. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun now and explore this place that I'm already in love with, and we haven't even walked 20 yards past the entrance yet. Look at this. Allie just made her way inside of the gift shop. We're already running into Storyland history. Here are those dolls that Bob and Ruth got in Germany. These are the very things that inspired the creation of Storyland. Look, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I think this is Jack and Jill right here. Little Bo Peep. I think these were all created by a lady named Frau von Arps. It's crazy that such tiny little things could inspire generations of fun out here. This is awesome. We're accidentally getting a full dose of the history before we even get started. Oh my gosh, look at this outside the gift shop. A fun pick opportunity. It's perfect for me. Take my picture. Look, Allie, I'm an egg. Fun pick. All right, we're finally gonna make our way into the park. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall.
Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. It took all the king's horses and all the king's men just to put Humpty Dumpty together again.
Oh my gosh, look at his little moving eyes. Humpty Dumpty. That is the cutest, weirdest, most awesome Humpty Dumpty ever. Ooh, look at this little house here. Oh my gosh, for once a house so small, Allie can barely fit through the door. Oh, it's Mary, Mary, quite contrary. Look at this little house. I knew about her garden. I didn't know about her home. Oh, I see. We're now in a themed area. We're now entering a storybook world. I can see that little building over there is Mother Hubbard's, but look at this. It's the old woman who lived in a shoe. And not only do they have her shoe house out here, there actually is an old woman in that shoe right now. I don't know that she lives there, but she's in there all right, giving away stickers. Wow, great taste in fonts. Look at that. Oh, the shoe house. How cute. There's a little stove and a little high chair and a table. And look at this outside of the shoe house up in the tree. Looks like the stork is bringing her a package. Oh, leave it to Allie to get the cool stickers. Nice. Look at, they got the little lollipops on the fences. There's a tree house over here. Speaking of trees, look at this. It's the Timmy Tree Information Station.
Just look for the host or hostess who has a name tag, just like mine. Yep, they can help you with all kinds of things, like if your mom or dad are lost, or maybe Sister Sue. Just ask the one with this name tag. They'll tell you what to do.
Look at this. I love this. You can write your name on the leaves. Oh my gosh, it's the House of the Three Bears from Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I just noticed they have all these handy dandy storybooks to tell you the story if you're not familiar. Look at this. I think you can go inside. Oh my gosh, look at this little house, and you can push a button and hear the story playing out loud. They've got the bowls of porridge, a little stove to cook the porridge on. Look at the wallpaper. Those bears love themselves. Oh no, narcissistic bears.
Man, I must be even taller than Papa Bear.
It's a pretty low ceiling. But look at this, when you get up top, there are the bears' beds. Look at these.
Oh my gosh, I would lay down in one of these beds, but I think bears have fleas, don't they?
I don't want to get any fleas.
Ah, what the heck.
I think this one's too small.
Guess this isn't the house for me. We'll have to keep looking. I need a better realtor. Dude, that treehouse playground is awesome. I would have gone nuts for that when I was little. What do we have here across the way? Granny's Cottage in the Woods. Oh, this is where Little Red Riding Hood was trying to get to. Looks like Granny's gonna be plenty warm this winter. And there she is.
What big hands you have, Grandmother?
The better to hold you, my dear.
But Grandmother, what big teeth you have?
The better to eat you with, my dear.
Dude, these are so awesome. Now, obviously, these aren't from the 1950s. The way I understand it, when they first added the storybook scenes, a lot of them were just, wooden cutouts over here. Clearly, this place has been evolving since the beginning. Ooh, look at this. It's Little Miss Muffet's creepy spider. I don't see her tuffet over here. Oh, unless that stump is a tuffet. Is a tuffet a stump? Either way, I see why Miss Muffet ran away. Look at that spider's face. That's horrifying. Oh my gosh, it's a schoolhouse. You think this could be Mary Had a Little Lamb's schoolhouse? It is. It is Mary's schoolhouse. But look at this out here in the yard. This is Little Bo Peep. It says she's lost her sheep, which makes a lot of sense because there's no sheep in here. I love that there's an actual bell you can ring, and obviously some kids having a good time ringing it. I mean, could you blame them? Everybody loves to ring a good bell. Wait a minute, look at this. Look at the teacher. Is that Ronald Reagan? Weird. Allie just told me to notice her hand. That must be where she held a ruler in the old days. Ugh.
I gotta be careful or I'm gonna knock this sick hat right off my head.
Oh my gosh, look at this little playground over here. Little dreamers. Look at the little 1-2 buckle my shoes. You can 3-4 shut the door. There's a blackbird pie over here. All right, that's enough. Get back in the pie. Look at, they got this little whale fountain in here, a little bridge. Oh, it's London Bridge. I always pictured that being a lot bigger. Look at Simple Simon went fishing to catch a whale. I don't know that nursery rhyme. You mean there's nursery rhymes I don't know? Look at Allie, she's having a whale of a time out here. Look at this, there are giant chimes you can play. There's a Mother Goose manor with a little old Mother Goose inside reading stories to people. That might be one of the sweetest, most adorable things I've ever seen ever. And then look at this over here. They've even got Rockabye Baby. Hope that baby doesn't fall down. Spoiler alert, when the wind blows, well, Let's just leave it at that. Oh my gosh, Mother Goose just talked to us for so long. We actually met the real Mother Goose. Did you like her?
Yeah, she's sweet.
Yeah, she's cute. This whole place is adorable. And speaking of adorable, look at this. It's Peter Pumpkin Eater's house. And look at this. It looks like he was able to keep his wife after all. There she is up there. Uh-oh. Allie's in love with this place. I'm gonna have to build her a big pumpkin if I ever own a farm. You got the Mother Goose restrooms. I'm sure she appreciates them being named after her. And then look at this. It looks like we're going deeper into the park now. Ooh, and I can see a couple of rides over here. So if we head through the rabbit hole, we find ourselves in Alice's Wonderland. Ah, look, it's the Mad Hatter looking as creepy as ever. They got a little teapot over here. And look at this back in the corner. It's Alice's teacup ride. Okay, that's adorable. A lot more screaming on that ride than I was expecting to hear. Look at this, man. I had no idea this place was going to be so big. They've got everything out here. They got Chicken Little. Actually, they've got his whole family in there. They've got Baba Black Sheep. And look at that. Baba Black Sheep's girlfriend. Here's Peter Rabbit's house. There's Peter in the garden. And the other yard has got all kinds of Peter's relatives in it. Here you got a whole thing of ducks over here. There's Mr. McGregor's tool shed, the 3 little pigs in their houses. Looks like they're all taking a little break over at Pansy's hay house. I actually never knew that the 3 little pigs had names, but I mean, it makes sense. Look at them sleeping. How cute. What do we got over here? Oh, the Billy Goat's gruff. They don't look so gruff to me. Mostly they just look hungry. That whole trail of animals was adorable, and now look at this. This is awesome. Look at these castle gates. I've been looking for the iconic Storyland castle this whole time, and I can finally see it there up on the hill. Ooh, look at this. I think this is a snack bar. Oh yeah, giant Bavarian pretzels wait for you over here. And look at this incredible building. This is the costume shop. And wow, there's a very popular ride over here. It's the Ye Royal Pumpkin Coach ride. Look at that. That's amazing. And here comes Cinderella. She's getting on the coach with those kids.
How cute is that? Okay,
that is a unique ride vehicle right there. I have never seen anything like that. And I've been around the block a few times. I'm no spring chicken. I'll tell you what, I was excited to see that pumpkin coach. I was not expecting to see Cinderella and then her getting on to the pumpkin coach ride. Look at this. Got a couple of rides already closed for the season. Normally they have the swan boats right here. I can see they've got them all tucked away down there for the winter. And then look at this bridge. How adorable is this? This is awesome. I love that they have a little miniature pumpkin coach down there and then another one on this dock in here. Oh, I see why the pumpkin coach had Cinderella aboard. They were bringing her to the castle. Apparently, Cinderella does a little meet and greet up here. All right, that is one of the cutest things I have ever heard of, ever. A pumpkin coach that takes you up to Cinderella's castle to meet her. Apparently back in the 70s, they even had real horses pulling a pumpkin coach. That must be why there was another big one over there on that dock. Maybe that's the original pumpkin coach. Look at that castle. That is cool. This whole place is so stinking cute. You see the brochures and everything, but they do not do it justice. Dude, this is such a nice break from the Halloween stuff that we've been doing lately. Wow, that pumpkin coach books it. Look at how fast that thing goes. It's all been one haunt after another, but we're gonna do a little leaf peeping up here, maybe a little snuggling, you never know. Storyland is really turning out to be a nice break from what we've been up to lately. Man, this was the original coach. Look at that, that's awesome. Again, I had no idea how much stuff was here. I figured we'd be done by now. We'd have seen it all. But it just keeps getting bigger and bigger the more we walk around. They got a little pirate's play ship and a fort. Apparently, normally there's a little pirate ship ride over here. Look at that. And there's even a little bird, an animatronic bird playing a harmonica.
Well, now, hear this. Ye who have passed the point of no return.
I love this. This is like something from out of a dream. If I was super rich, I would rent this place out and have a field day. Dude, and look at this. Are those apples? Free apples everywhere. All right, moving on. Look at this. A child's visit to other lands. Look at all these little singing children up here. They're all singing this little song. It's a child's world. And look behind them. You've got a little sort of Old West and Mexico-themed area. Oh, look at some of our relatives. There's a little ghost town, a little shooting gallery, the Four Amigos with an Amiga. Ooh, and it looks like things are gonna get even more international. We got a little restaurant here, Teddy's Lunchbox Oasis. There's a little international clock with more children from all over the world. This is so awesome and so weird. Oh, looks like we've got our first roller coaster, the Polar roller coaster. There's a little Dutch area where you can make your own sundae. There's a little Dutch shoes ride over here where you can ride in a wooden shoe. Man, this place is awesome. It's a lot of fun. And look at that polar coaster go. Here it comes. Notice that the ride vehicle is like a walrus. I love this little mini Solvang area. Look at that windmill there. Okay, but this is weird. There's a cow you can actually milk. That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen at a theme park. What in the... Whoa, whoa! This is officially the weirdest thing I've ever done at a theme park. Oh my gosh, this place just officially became even more awesome. Look at this little whistle face over here on the crossing. At one point up on the hill, I could see like multiple trains moving through the landscape. There's a whole world of motion out here. This is one of the weirdest, prettiest places I have ever been. Hello! Wow. Look at that! Look at this, you got a little World's Fair looking area, World Pavilion Kitchen. And then what in the world is this? Splash Battle, Pharaoh's Reign. Wasn't this a movie with Brendan Fraser? Looks like it's undergoing a little bit of refurbishment at the moment, but I have a feeling that my mummy would love it here. Oh, looks like these sarcophagi are backed up against a little bit of a jungle over here. Looks like it's the Rapture Safari. I hear some noise back there. I don't know what it is. Oh, I see. Apparently, it's like a little safari train. You ride around in the jungle over here and check out different dinosaurs and do a little scavenger hunt for some missing items. Dude, that is the weirdest tractor I've ever seen. Look at the bamboo on that thing. It's like a tiki tractor. Ooh, there's a little ride over here too. The Great Balloon Chase, little Ferris wheel. Ooh, and then look at this dome, this loopy lab, a theater and play area. This used to be their sort of rocket to the moon ride back in the day, their little sci-fi space ride. Check this out. I had heard that one of these ride vehicles survived in a mini golf course in North Conway nearby. But it seems like they have one right here in the park. Look at that old dark ride vehicle. Sort of the one thing this place is missing, a dark ride, but that's okay. Ooh, look at this in the back of the park. There's a whole area that's sort of under refurbishment. Looks like Storyland is still growing. I love that it was originally called Story Town. I'm always kind of half tongue-in-cheek calling lands towns, like Star Wars Town, a Fantasy Town, Disney Town. For once, something was actually called town. Look at it. I've seen about a half a dozen sandboxes in this park. Ooh, got another massive line for pretzels. There's a little gazebo to rest in. There's little tractors to dig with. Apparently sponsored by Volvo. Hey, that's a sensible car. I'd love to be sponsored by Volvo. There's a creepy living animatronic sunflower in front of some sort of farm show over here. A crazy barn ride and a tractor ride back there that are closed for the season.
That one looks fun.
I know. There's a lot of closed stuff, but I gotta say, when we came in, they gave us 2 tickets for next season because they said, well, some rides are closed. Here's 2 free tickets. Like, what the heck? What park does that? That's amazing. Imagine going to Disneyland and the Matterhorn was closed and they just gave you 2 free tickets. All right, and last but not least for this area anyway, past the closed flying fish ride is the open Roarosaurus wooden roller coaster. Whoa, that thing's wicked fast. I wasn't expecting a big wooden roller coaster, especially one that fast. That was crazy. Looks like fun. Dude, this place is so fun, so classy, so cute. And it's in such a beautiful setting, especially in the fall colors, surrounded by mountains. There's beautiful fountains and ponds everywhere. This is a type of scenic beauty I've never experienced at a theme park before. Back on the West Coast where I'm from, the only thing I can think to compare it to is Enchanted Forest in Oregon, but the thing about that is Enchanted Forest has a whole different feel, like it's stayed family owned all the way up until the present. It's very DIY. It's almost like a big piece of art. This place has a little bit of that. That's what I was expecting to love about it. And like Enchanted Forest, it's set in a really beautiful natural surrounding, but otherwise they feel completely unique and separate in every other way. I'm loving this place, man. Look at this. We're at the bamboo chute now over here, their flume ride, and it is awesome. They kept the international theme going. Look at that, there's a silly dragon over there squirting in front of people. You got little bamboo huts. I love this. This whole park is so cute, and there are a lot of international visitors I've noticed as we've been walking around. It's leaf peeping season up here in New Hampshire, so there are visitors from all over the world coming up to see the fall foliage and apparently to ride the bamboo chute. I'll tell you what, man, I know you guys can't tell at home, but it's pretty cold out here, like in the 50s. I would not want to be on that log and be soaking wet out here, but you know what? I guess to the people of New Hampshire, it's not winter yet. This is still good weather. They're just a little bit more hardcore than I am. Well, let's face it, most people are more hardcore than I am, because you're not hardcore unless you live hardcore. Well, then again, the legend of my rent is way hardcore. Looks like some of the water rides are in fact closed, like Dr. Geyser's remarkable raft ride over here. I love, by the way, that all these rides have little observation deck areas. Makes it easy to check everything out and see what it would look like, even in the areas that are closed. Hey, look, a rainbow over there. The sun keeps appearing and disappearing, but it's gorgeous, shade or shine.
Yes, America.
Uh-oh, what happened to this guy's head? This raft ride is remarkable. I don't know if you can hear that music behind me, but that is awesome. Oh, looks like we found the pots of gold at the ends of the rainbow. Man, this whole place is a thrill a minute. And with all the colorful leaves on the ground, it is gorgeous. There's so much to do here than I expected. And I didn't know whether today would be really crowded because it's the last day of the season or really empty because it's the last day of the season. I'm happy that there are a lot of folks out here enjoying the rides, enjoying the scenery. The only thing I've seen really long lines for anywhere is just Dunkin' Donuts and all the food, which is where Allie ran off to. She smelled something good at that Aladdin building earlier and she decided to run over there before they closed. So she's missing out on Dr. Geyser's remarkable empty raft ride. Oh well. We only got to do this trip because this really awesome person named Becky is letting us use her cabin up in the mountains here in New Hampshire. Sort of up by Lake Winnipesaukee, very, very close to that. And I haven't seen Dr. Leo Marvin up there, but I have had a heck of a time out here. I love New England, man. I'd love to live up here, but the winter. I'm a total winter wimp, a winter wiener. This might be a little too far north for me. I'd love to own a cabin up here, but I think if I was gonna move to the East Coast anywhere so far, my pick would be like Gettysburg area. So beautiful over there. But of course, if somebody died and left me a farm, I'd move anywhere. Oh, sorry, I'm in New Hampshire. I meant farm. Wow, look at this area. Look at this beautiful chalet up here. It's like a little Bavarian village or something. It's tea time with Cinderella in there. Man, that Cinderella gets around. She's all over this park. And then look at this. Almost looks like a little Orthodox church, and it is a beautiful little European style non-denominational chapel, a little place to pray up in the woods. Gorgeous. Now look at this. I never noticed this. We've been circling this for a while, but on the highest point so far of Storyland, way up in the mountains, we have Heidi's grandfather's hut. I love Heidi. I love that book. I love that whole story. I even like some of the movies. There's one movie adaptation on Netflix we watched that had overdubbed voices, and the whole movie, the girl who overdubs Heidi is going, "Grandfather, we need a bread roll for grandmother. Grandfather, I need to see my grandfather." It drove Allie nuts. So of course, for the next several weeks, I would just walk around going, "Look, a bread roll for grandmother, grandfather." We have fun though. Look at this, there are little cutouts where you can pretend to be Heidi or Peter, who are actually surrounded by mountain scenery. And then look at this inside grandfather's hut. The table is set for grandfather and Heidi and Peter. And they've got the little loft for Heidi to sleep in with her very own chair and the little sled. There's a little stove in here. I love that. And then when Heidi goes outside, she can go with Peter to take care of the goats. Look at these little goats right here. Their names are Schwanley and Barley. Aw. Oh, hello, guys. Look at this. I'm making friends everywhere in New England. Ooh, looks like we've ended up on the path behind the polar coaster. And here it comes. Look out!
Yo, what up, dogs?
Oh, well, I guess it wasn't going that fast up here. Not yet. But look at this. If I wasn't such a Heidi fan, there's another ride I would have missed entirely. The Cuckoo Glockenspiel. What the heck? Would you look at the size of that cuckoo clock? It is a working clock, apparently. Look at this. They got little soldiers coming out to ring the bells like they're going to do it. Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. Man, that thing is going really fast, wicked fast. Look at that, look at the innards. There are little guys in there working on the clocks. There's all kinds of moving gears. This is awesome. That definitely doesn't seem like an off-the-shelf ride to me. Yeah, that's a guten Klocken. All right, we're behind Aladdin's little palace here. Man, it does smell good over here. We're gonna head back down the path. I think we've officially now seen all of the attractions out here at Storyland. Man, this place could not have been a cuter, weirder, more scenic, more fun theme park if it tried. What a fun one. Guten Funden. And I know Allie had fun too, because she braved the longest line in the park to get herself a tiny little hot dog. Aw, Allie size. Normally she goes for the big ones, but we're gonna get some chicken in North Conway that's gluten-free from Wicked Fresh Burgers. So we're going for the mini meal. Aw. All right, this was a blast. I cannot tell you how much fun we had out here just looking at Storyland. It's adorable, the people are friendly, the rides and attractions look really fun, the scenery is gorgeous, the restrooms were clean, that's a big deal. And the gift shop even sells Humpty Dumpties. Also, there's some really neat stuff like Mother Hubbard's that I mentioned earlier. It has a storage cupboard, you could put your bag in there. That would never work in Southern California. Someone would take it, but I guess in New England people are much friendlier. And then there's a calming room, which is also a really sweet thing to have in a park like this for kids, just in case they get overstimulated. Hey, thanks for coming out, you guys. Can't wait to see you next year. Remember them free tickets? You gotta come back. I don't know, Mr. Spider. We might not have a place to stay next year. Plus, airfare ain't cheap. You got to hook up. What do I look like, a genie? Well, yeah, kinda. You kinda do look like a genie. Well, I ain't. I'm a spider. Gee. Anyway, friends, we're gonna go hitch a ride on the train real quick. Go grab some gluten-free chicken in North Conway and then head back into the forest to our cabin. Thank you for coming with us on our very first visit to Storyland in New Hampshire. I don't know if I'll see you guys back here in New England or back in California. You never know with Random Land, hence the name. But there are over 1,000 other videos on this channel with adventures from all over the United States and sometimes beyond. Theme park stuff, Halloween stuff, road trips all the way across the country and back. Route 66, there's so much to check out. Plus, we've got our own gift shop at store.randomland.com. We've got a Patreon that helps us to get to places like this. But most of all, we appreciate you guys watching, sharing, and giving us a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't like it, you should give us a like also. That'll show us. Anyway, friends, from New Hampshire, that about does it for us.
We've done our duty. Time to go home and
Sleep well. Oh my gosh, I just found an awesome keychain. Look at that awesome keychain.
At any moment, skip a tight hold on the operator so small children seated with you. And please, no smoking. Here we go. Next stop will be at a whistle stop station.
No smoking. Whoa! This is officially the weirdest thing I've ever done at a theme park.